And the Sprues and Brews team are back for the second Warhammer Online Preview, following on from last Saturday over on twitch.tv. This is our live reactions video. Well, not quite live because you'd be recorded. It's all pre-recorded. But my name is Dave. I'm joined once again by Matt.
Hello.
And Jay.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Matt.
How are you all doing? It's exciting. This one I haven't had spoilt by the internet, so that's a nice change, isn't it?
I have
learned your lesson from last week.
I have stayed clear of social media so that I did not see any leaks. Nothing has been spoilt. This is all going to be surprises. I'm really looking forward to it. I know we were discussing on this week's podcast what we thought we were going to see on this week's preview, because last week we saw a lot of the mainstream kind of game system. So we had AOS, we had 40k. We did have a little bit of Warcry, though, and Horus Heresy. Matt, you predicted on the podcast we would see a lot of specialist games today. So
yeah, I think it's
Aeronautica, Titanicus.
specialist games. Andy Smiley has said that there will be some Angels of Death content.
Now, that's what I predicted on the podcast, that we'd see some Angels of Death. Potentially, I know we've both mentioned this, potentially the first episode being available after the show, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure now, but I think we'll see something from it, and maybe even a release date if it's not here you go, you can watch it straight away. I think we might see some like teasers maybe for AOS and 40k, but not like full reveal. So a teaser for Sons of Behemat and a teaser for 9th edition. I think they'll save them for when Warhammer Fest would have been.
Yeah, it makes sense to release a new edition of 40k at Warhammer Fest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
I know you had everything crossed, Jay, that because you are our resident elf expert at the moment. You've got your fingers crossed that we might see one more Lumineth Realm Lords reveal, hopefully.
Yeah, I think we've definitely not seen everything for the Lumineth Realm Lords yet, so I wonder whether we'll see the rest of that today or not.
But the only thing that makes me think against that is that Ben Johnson isn't appearing on today's stream.
But Ben Johnson had nothing to do with the Lumineth reveals last week.
I know he was on Warcry, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It was on Phil Kelly. Phil Kelly it was last week.
Yeah.
So
it should be an exciting show. I mean, even if it's Underworld's content, it'd be cool just to see the new models for that.
Now, it was said on the podcast, and I think it was mentioned by both of you on last week's video, which we'll include in the description below. This might be a bit wish listy, but both you guys have got everything crossed for Battlefleet Gothic making a return.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Gothic. Joe, I would love to. Battlefleet Gothic would be the best news. That would even top my hype for Lumineth Realm Lords.
Lumineth and Battlefleet Gothic in 1 year. That'd be crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing that makes this possibility is that every year we tend to get a big box game from Specialist Games.
Yeah.
We had the big the kind of Necromunda re-release, which really kind of breathed new life into Necromunda, didn't it?
It did.
Before that, we had the big Adeptus Titanicus box. We've had Blood Bowl from them. We've had Aeronautica. Yes, there's a second edition of Aeronautica out this summer, but it's not really the kind of big £100-odd box set that we're going to be excited to get at Christmas, is it?
No. And
I think Gothic would probably be on the higher end of the price bracket. If it's that bigger scale, we can have massive big plastic ships, aren't we?
I'm so excited.
We might not be. Don't get too excited.
we were getting very excited over something that maybe we're wish listing a bit, but
I mean, Battlefleet Gothic's got to be coming at some point. So I mean, why not now?
Yeah.
Well, we know it is. We know it is in the pipeline, don't we? But set in the Horus Heresy, is that right?
Yeah, that was. I mean, this is news from a while ago, and this is back when it was under Forge World rather than Specialist Games. I don't even think Tony Cottrell was kind of looking after it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a super popular game, and it surprised me if they didn't do it. There was talk of it being Battlefleet Solar and set during the Solar War.
That would be pretty good because you could have legion ships and different rules for different legions. Because I remember in the Solar War series that I'm reading at the moment, there's a cool bit with the White Scar fleets that operate. Well, the Hawk fleets or something like that, aren't they? That are sort of like above and below the solar plane, scouting for the traitor forces. So you could do, and obviously you've got like the phalanx for Imperial Fists. So you could actually add, even though it's just Imperial versus Imperial, pretty much, you could still add a lot of variety into the different fleet lists.
Yeah, that kind of works for the specialist games thing, where you can have a core plastic set and then maybe upgrade kits, or even it just down to, like with Aeronautic, you can have aces and you just paint them a different way, but represent different rules of how that legion would fight in a solar battle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and as long as the scale is similar to the previous version of Battlefleet Gothic, I could always use my Eldar fleet anyway. So
yeah, I've got a feeling it'll be a different scale, just because all the other specialist games have been a bigger scale than the original.
yeah, it allows them to get more detail onto the models then.
Yeah. I mean, Necromunda, that wasn't in Necromunda allowed you to use old rules, but yeah, I think I'm with Matt. I think they might change the scale a little bit, especially when you look at Titanicus as well. I think they might make the ships a bit bigger. More money.
Now this is all complete speculation, and we could end up having to cut this entire section if there's no mention about Battlefleet Gothic. So fingers crossed we see something. Outside of Gothic, I think more planes for Aeronautica is a given. We know there's a Tau fleet. I think we've only seen the Tiger Shark and the Barracuda, haven't we?
Yeah, because we have seen one extra Imperial craft, haven't we? But we've not seen
a few
anything
extra Imperial crafts. We've seen the Arvis Lighter. We've seen the Lightning.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just the Tau really where I'm expecting to see a couple of new ships. We know the Orca and the Manta are other ships that we could get.
Yeah, I think the Tau box will be the one I pick up initially, but I am looking forward to seeing some Eldar flyers.
Well, Eldar and Chaos are on the horizon as well. So whether they'd be in a third box next year.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It depends how quickly they churn out these factions. I think with it being a bit of a more niche game, that's why they're sticking to just 2 factions a year. Oh, and we are live.
We are.
So Wade and Eddie again hosting proceedings.
It looks like Eddie's got the same models behind him as last week, so obviously he's not been getting through his painting backlog.
He's not. It is a bit gutting that we're missing out on Warhammer Fest this year, but obviously, there's not a lot that can be done about it, is there?
I think it would have been a really good one this year as well. Returning to the NEC, I think they had some big plans, but this online format is working really well, so we won't miss out on the news.
Yeah. Huge things. Could that be a hint towards Giants, maybe?
Ooh.
I mentioned it last time, but I do appreciate the whole kind of streaming from their own houses thing. That's a nice little kind of touch to it, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I'd love to have wandered around Wade's room there. There must be all sorts of stuff. He mentioned, I don't know if you were watching the Hangout and Hobby, but he's got a sprue of stealth suits cast in clear plastic because they were experimenting with doing the stealth suits as invisible.
Wow, that's cool.
It never got further than that because they realised that as soon as you stick it together, it ruins the effect.
Yeah. I guess that's similar to the ring bearers that you picked up, Matt. That kind of.
Yeah, I mean, they were one-piece resin models, so you didn't have to stick them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worth mentioning here that the chat is subscriber only, so hopefully they can take some questions from some of the viewers.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Last year it was just a mass of text scrolling up, wasn't it?
I'm looking at the text at the moment, and it is fairly constant, but it looks readable.
Yeah.
I think they should be able to grab some questions. Obviously, when we start seeing the reveals, though, it could all explode.
It may well explode. Quite a few regulars in the chat there as well.
Yeah. Notley, I saw Notley a moment ago. There he is again.
Master Valrak.
Or 12.
Yeah.
Favourite army or 12.
Everyone's got their favourite Lumineth. Well, this is the point. We've got Plastic Sisters, we've got Squats, we've got the Line. What is there now? Thunderhawk. That's it, isn't it? Of the ultimate wish list.
Yes. Yeah.
Heck, if they do, there might be a Plastic Thunderhawk for Aeronautica.
that would answer those critics, wouldn't it?
It would.
Oh, and there's a Zoe as well, yeah.
There's a Zoe, yeah. We're running out of things to wish list for. The Emperor. The Battle Castle. What were your favourite reveals then from the last show?
Lion.
You know what? It's a draw for me between the flamey guys for Warcry and the Lion, but the Battle Castle are very high on my list.
The Lion was superb. Really, really cool model. They've done a really good job there.
Would it be the Battle Cattle for you, though? Was that your reveal of last week, Jay?
No, I think I like the Primarch. I think he looks so cool.
Okay.
He's definitely the best one they've done.
I just noticed somebody in the chat asked for bring back Epic Space Marine.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of that's the next logical step, isn't it? If we don't go Gothic, it's little tanks and infantry for Titanicus / Aeronautica, isn't it?
Yeah, that would allow them to sort of then create like linked games with Titanicus, Epic, and Aeronautica over the top.
Well, they've been very clever making Aeronautica the same scale as Titanicus.
Now, if they did Battlefleet Gothic the same scale as Titanicus, then that would be interesting.
Now, the original Aeronautica, the ships were the same size as ships from Gothic because there was a lot of crossover.
Okay.
Oh, so I think we're going to be squeezing in more reveals today as well. You know what? I wonder if we'll see Jagassi.
2 Primarchs in 2 weeks.
You never know.
The gloves are off for Warhammer at the moment. You know, they just love revealing stuff.
Save your pennies for when this crisis ends. You know what would be really cool right now while we're all stuck in the house? Being able to watch some episodes of these programs, though. So I do hope your theory is right, Dave, and they show the first episode.
Yeah, I'd like to see the first episode of Angel of Death for sure.
You know what I was thinking the other day? It would be really cool for Warhammer Storyforge, a kind of crime noir, gritty detective show.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned this on the last video, didn't we, from last week? Because we have got an Eisenhorn series coming, a live action one, which could touch a little bit on that. But I think you're more thinking like Arbites and stuff like that, aren't you? Yeah.
Now, my wife made a point the other day, once they finish the Horus Heresy, maybe they'll tell the story of the Emperor's Ascension.
Go back even further.
Yeah, Unification Wars, Thunder Warriors, Custodies were present then.
Well, Wade just hinted then in this little preview chat that once, obviously, he just reiterated there's one more Primarch left for the character series, but they're not going to rest on their laurels after that. You know, there are further projects they're going to do following on from the Primarchs.
You know, what about a book series / game series set during the war between the Necrons and the Eldar, or even the Old Gods?
That would be cool. I'd like to see a big campaign against the Orcs, like Ullanor.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Maybe just one book. You know, perhaps they could pick battles like that and do, rather than a massive big story arc, just
the Ullanor campaign as a source book with some new kits for the Orcs.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning as well, if you tag your images #Warhammer Community, every Monday on Warhammer TV, they're showing off the best ones from the community, which I think is a really nice thing.
Yeah, that is.
Makes it a bit more interactive, doesn't it?
It does indeed. We should be very close to the start of the preview with our first one. What do we think is going to be previewed first then? What system?
You know what? I'm going to go with you and go Storyforge first.
You're going to go Storyforge, Jay? Any ideas?
Boom, 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 boom. Underworlds.
I'm going to go Necromunda.
Ooh. House of Blades would be good to see.
Yeah.
So quick question, Jay. What factions would you like to see in a new Underworlds box?
Oh,
Bone Reapers and Lumineth.
Yeah, Bone Reapers and Lumineth. No, I'd like to see a Seraphon warband.
That's a good excuse to get some new kind of modern Saurus models out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They'd fit nicely into Beastgrave, really, wouldn't they?
They'd fit into any realm, I think, really. Not necessarily just the realm of beasts, because they are from the realm of heavens, really. So I'd like to see the next Underworld set in the realm of not Olgu or Hish, but that realm in between.
Yeah, the kind of shadow realm.
Yeah, where Slaanesh is being kept captive.
That'd be interesting.
I think then you could probably get like a Slaanesh warband, an Ossiarch Bone Reaper warband, a Lumineth warband, even a warband from Valerian's sort of new faction that eventually we'll see.
That'd be cool, and a nice way to introduce them. So Eddie currently showing off what looks like a squig with a wrecker ball, which is amazing. Okay, so if you want to keep surprised, don't go to Warhammer Community because they've revealed the first thing. And Jay, you will be ordering this immediately.
Uh-oh.
Brace yourself, Jay.
Here we go.
Oh, Matt, don't do that. You don't know how I'm hovering over the Warhammer Community tab now.
I think here it comes, Sigmar.
Hold on.
It's in the box. Oh, Jay.
Hold on. I can't see it yet. It's not turned up. My screen's a bit behind you guys.
Oh, my days.
Wow.
Oh, come on, hurry up. I can't see it yet.
Oh, Jay.
Well, that is an incredible box.
That is an incredible box.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, yeah.
So we did speculate this with the Sisters of Battle. Would the Lumineth get the same thing with a starter box with the Battle Tome in it? And yeah, it looks a really, really good box. So it comes with cavalry. It comes with the spear guys. It comes with a hero. It comes with the what's his name? The guy with the armor. Eltharion. Tokens. Some really, really nice Lumineth dice that come in it.
Yeah, I was about to order some Lumineth dice, but never mind.
A 3-inch marker, all the cards and everything. Yeah, this looks like a must-buy.
And objective markers as well. Or are they on their sheets?
They're on the punch-out cards.
Okay, right, cool.
Gem effect dice, tokens, and a special combat gauge. And also the only way to grab the gorgeous limited edition battle tome featuring a soft touch, full cover art, gilt edge pages, and a ribbon marker. Yeah, that is really, really nice.
Well, there's your Lumineth reveal.
Aye.
Well, I mean, that again,
there's a rule there as well. A new rule. During the combat phase, when it's your turn to pick a unit to fight, you can pick 2 eligible units instead of 1.
Wow,
if you
that's
do
really
so,
good.
each of those units can fight one after the other in the order of your choice.
But that's
this is the army that we always
first, that the elves
always
used to have.
first. Yeah.
This is the activation wars taken up to another level.
Belt spells, gem effect token. Gem effect dice, tokens, special combat gauge.
The battle tome cover is really nice as well.
Yeah.
So I take it you'll be picking this up then, Jay.
Don't know. Might give this one a pass.
So I can't remember how much the Sisters box was off the top of my head.
It was 100 and something. Was it 125 or something?
120, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's a gorgeous cover for the book.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so if you take that, the value of that at 50 quid, essentially it's the same as the Sisters one. You get the equivalent of a start collecting box worth of models in there, don't you? A hero, a couple of units, 2 heroes. So it's the core of an army in that box, really, isn't it?
So is the second hero that generic like Lord on Rock?
Yeah, well,
is that the...
yeah, it's kind of like a combat hero leader character that, again, we were saying was quite absent from what we'd seen last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I assumed he was just the champion of the spear elves, but
yeah, no, he's a hero. So we've got him, a unit of 10 spearmen, a unit of 5 horsemen, plus Eltharion.
No, I think he's part of the spearmen because there's
only
on
the. I think if you want to refresh your stream, Jay, he's a character.
Is it? Because there's only 9 spearmen on the picture.
Oh, there is. So maybe here's them.
Yeah, I think he is just the like the sergeant for the unit.
He looks very nice, though.
It does look good, yeah.
So this one is probably less value to buy 2 of. I think you probably only want to buy one of these boxes because you're probably going to be better off getting the individual infantry kit separately, aren't you?
No, Matt, you say that, but actually, if you read the text, it says this set contains fully customizable kits that let you build 10 Wardens and 5 Dawn Riders.
Yeah,
so they
but
sound like...
you're going to be paying about twice as much to get those kits rather than just buying them separately.
Yeah, because you're getting the heroes and stuff. Yeah,
and
of course. Yeah.
You'll be able to launch devastating coordinated attacks before your opponent has a chance to respond while a suite of Aether Quartz abilities let you adapt your strategy on the fly.
That sounds very nice. So what are your thoughts on the big box then, Jay?
Oh yeah, it's mint. It's great, isn't it? War Scroll cards, Battle Tome, dice, markers.
I think we said when the Sisters one came out, we'll probably see this for every new army, and I think it's a good thing. But they used to do this back in the day, didn't they? Have limited edition army boxes with the book and everything in it. Where now they can put everything in plastic. It makes it a lot easier. And then 6 months down the line, they can then release the hero character separately, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's not forget, Jay, you also get a very nice box.
Yeah.
It is a very nice box. I like that they've thrown a range gauge in there as well.
Yeah,
they are super helpful for Sigma, aren't they?
They are.
I'm very tempted to pick up one of these boxes myself, to be honest. Well, I wasn't expecting any Lumineth reveals, so you're on the money there, Jay.
Yeah.
I still don't think we've seen everything.
That's a great way to start an army.
It is. It really is. It takes the good elements of a start collecting box, plus you get everything you need to play the army. Because let's face it, the first thing we do is order the cards, the dice, the book. It just makes sense putting it all in a big box with the equivalent of a start collecting.
Yeah. So I think straight off the bat, we're obviously not going to see a completely specialist games preview, obviously.
No, well, all bets are off. It could be anything. So yeah, and they've just reiterated that these are the full kits, so you can build standard bearers, musicians.
I do love that Spirit of Elfaria model. He's
really
my favourite model in that range so far.
So the Lumineth are going to be really quick with this lightning reactions ability, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because that gets round activation wars as well, because you get to fight with those 2 units before your person can interrupt.
Yeah. The only thing you wouldn't get around maybe is Slaanesh using their Locust, because it's when it is your turn to pick a unit. So if you're going last because Slaanesh says so, then obviously you'd have to wait.
You don't go last though; the unit goes last.
Yeah, your unit goes last. Yeah, that's true.
So that one still wouldn't be able to go because he's not eligible, but you'd still get to pick 2 other units.
That's true. So
you'd get to pick. Yeah, you'd get to pick 2 units every time as well.
Yeah.
So you'd be fighting with 2 units, then the opponent fights with 1, then you fight with 2, then the opponent fights with 1. That's strong.
So kind of coordinated strikes be really good. So if you can charge 2 powerful units into an enemy, you're going to be going first with both of them.
Do you know what this is making me think, guys? This is making me think I need to take my big war and go back to pure Iron Jaws, so I can stop filthy Lumineth tactics, smashing and bashing, just kill a unit, move on to the next, kill a unit, move on to the next. So you can't get to pick a unit.
Yeah, unless the pointy elves smash you first, Dave.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. I am notorious for failing charges.
So interestingly, the header for the Warhammer community page is heroes, heretics, and a squirrel.
Heroes, heretics, and a squirrel. It's got to be Underworlds, hasn't it?
So Acorn is getting a model, right?
Acorn Warband for Underworlds. Oh, Blood Bowl. Oh, look at that tree man.
Tree man.
That is amazing. You know what? I like that more than the resin one.
Yeah, he's ace.
100%.
Spite in the tree.
That obligatory. It's so cool, that is.
So the Wood Elves coming out again for Blood Bowl.
Well, I'll be bricking this guy up. He looks so funny. It looks like an anime tree man.
Yeah, it's very stylized, isn't he?
I'm tempted to just pick it up so I can pin that squirrel for something else. Would you add one to your halflings, Matt?
I'll add 2 to my halflings, Dave. Well, you know what? I'd forgotten about the lack of tree men.
Yes, so had I.
And of course, Acorn separate, so you could put him on his own base as well.
Yeah.
What's nice about this, though, if you are playing halflings, you can have 2 different looking tree men as well.
Yes. Yeah, you can. I like the little helmet that's stuck on a branch.
Yeah.
I like the waystones buried in the branches and on the horns.
Yeah, that's a really, really nice model. And it's so different to other tree men we've seen as well.
Yeah.
You know what? They'd make nice alternate Kernoth hunters as well.
They would, yeah.
So they mentioned that there's quite a few kits now from Specialist Games that have a few multiple builds. So the Ambot being one, the plastic troll for Blood Bowl, and now, of course, this new tree man. I think that's a really cool thing. I think the new ogres for Necromunda are probably going to be similar as well. There's only like 2 or so in a box.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a friendly tree that's going to give you a hug. There you go.
It really doesn't. Well, that's the point. You could use them as Ents as well. You might have to take off some of the more Warhammery details.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, look at him. Well, that is a phenomenal Praetor. Word bearers, is it?
I think so. Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, there's some really nice models. I mean, we've been saying on the last few podcasts that the plastic kits are better than Forge World kits at the minute. The recent Forge World kits have been very, very nice, haven't they? I think I prefer the Terminator version.
I'm the opposite. I think I prefer the other version.
See, I'm still undecided what Legion to do for Heresy.
I love that standard Captain IE looks amazing.
I feel you're slowly coming over to the Heresy love, Dave.
Well, these new models, definitely.
Now, what we are missing is a plastic starter box. The Betrayal of Calth and the Prospero boxes were really, really good for getting to Heresy because you got so many miniatures.
I love those. I love both of those models.
You know what? You can probably pick up a lot of tactical marines cheap on eBay if you did want to get into a Heresy army cheaply.
I have got a load of the old plastic Mark power suits from the last plastic Heresy box set sitting in my shed.
Ooh, Quest of the Ring Bearer.
28 narrative scenarios.
That's really nice. It follows, basically this expansion follows Frodo across his entire quest with scenarios for everything that happens. That's really cool.
That's very cool.
I've been frantically painting up some Middle Earth, so I think we need to get on this when the world returns to normality.
Yeah, I've always wanted to paint the Fellowship.
Well, this expansion maybe is a good in for you there, Dave.
Yeah.
You were always fond of the Rangers, weren't you, Dave?
I was. Yes. Yeah. They are lovely models.
This expansion is definitely your in for Middle Earth, isn't it?
They are lovely models.
But it's really good. So you don't need to paint a whole army. If you just paint up the Fellowship and we do some like monsters and stuff that Frodo encounters on his journey, play through the whole story. It'd be really cool. Now, you do know what's on that journey. Obviously, the showdown between the Balrog and Gandalf. Now, that's quite an old model now. I do wonder if we'll see a new Balrog at some point.
Balrog is an old model, yeah. Especially now we've got like the new Smaug model and stuff.
Yeah. I do wonder. Well, I think already, we've had more reveals than we did the whole show last time. They're packing them in, aren't they?
They are. It's I like this. Like, I mean, I couldn't complain last week at the breaks between them. You know, it gave us a chance to really digest what we'd just seen. But I'm enjoying these quick fire. Oh, here's Middle Earth. It's like, whoa.
And I really thought they'd be separating it out. I'm really happy that it isn't just specialist, that there is still stuff for the mainline games.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a day one purchase for me, Quest of the Ring Bearer. Going to be all over that. I do think the Middle Earth game lends itself more to those kind of narrative kind of games as well.
Yeah, it does.
So, on the Warhammer community page, they mentioned that this book includes rules to create your own fellowship as well.
Oh, that's
so what would
interesting.
happen if Bilbo went to Mordor? What if Saruman was helping the fellowship? So you just pick your own characters and create your own custom fellowship.
If he didn't send Pippin, Gandalf wouldn't have fallen to the Balrog and wouldn't have come back as Gandalf the White.
I quite like the idea of that.
Very interesting. I like that idea.
So this book kind of reminds me of what the game was like when it first came out, because it was very much just about telling the story of Lord of the Rings, wasn't it?
It was.
There wasn't really any kind of like army lists or anything. There's some really cool things. They're not going to be massive games, maybe half an hour to an hour, like Where the Top and the crossing at the ford with the ring wraiths chasing them. Yeah, I think we can do some cool stuff with these custom fellowships.
Yeah, Adam Troke was just talking about maybe Éomer or Éowyn going along instead of Boromir and
You know what would be really cool? Us all create our own fellowship and see how far they get on the journey.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Where if any character dies, that's it. They're out of the rest of the scenarios. And the guys touching on again how lifelike the sculpts are for the Middle Earth models. They've done an amazing job with all the plastic kits, haven't they?
They have.
Oh,
this looks like some kind of space battle, yeah?
I can't see anything yet.
Oh.
Massive ships flying in the black of space.
Are you guys ahead of me or something? I'm reloading my stream now. Oh yeah, I can see it now.
I think this may be a Battlefleet Gothic reveal. Or maybe Storyforge.
Oh yeah, it could be Storyforge, couldn't it? Warhammer Storyforge.
So you got my hopes up there, Jay.
Yeah.
Very Sin City use of colours here.
Yeah.
Very stylistic. I mean, this does look good, but I think I prefer the look of the show they showed off last week.
That one didn't have Blood Angels in, though.
This is true. Angels of Death. Well, we knew this one was coming, but I think that's the first proper look at it we've had, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's out this year. Hopefully we find out when. I mean, Blood Angels being Tyrannid bait suits me, to be fair.
Yeah, same.
What have you guys got against Blood Angels?
So just mention there that a 5-minute space battle in this mid-season episode took as long as some of the other episodes. It did look pretty cool, didn't it?
It did look very cool. And, whilst it's not my go-to favorite art style, I think it really worked. I'm really looking forward to watching this.
I really like that all this Storyforge stuff that we've seen, each show's got its own art style to it.
Yeah. It's going to be something for everybody, and obviously they'll see what gets watched more than others, and maybe in the future, they'll know what art style people are really enjoying.
Yeah, what's popular, what isn't popular. So the Warhammer community page says, when will we get to see more? Stay tuned here and on the Warhammer Storyforge Instagram page for more news. So this must be imminently, surely.
Yeah. Matt, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they distribute this.
Yeah, I hope it's on like some of the mainline streaming services, just to more people get to see it then.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
And with any sense, there's lots of tie-ins to the games. Massive spaceship battles on a TV show. Surely people are going to go, that'd be really cool to play a game like that. See, the black and white art style does take you away from the kind of uncanny valley you sometimes get with CGI shows as well.
Yes, it does.
Again, it's very, very comic booky, isn't it?
I like how I'm looking at the chat as obviously they're discussing Angels of Death, and there are quite a few people mentioning Battlefleet Gothic in there as well.
Yeah, surely it's gotta be on the horizon.
Some hints that we'll see some of the Black Rage in this series.
Wow, that's what you get for hanging around with Blood Angels, isn't it?
It is.
That sanguineous fella hadn't ended up getting himself killed. That'd have been all right.
If that sanguineous guy hadn't saved the whole of mankind.
Ooh, this looks interesting.
A Sister of Battle.
This is a much more kind of realistic style. I mean, you wouldn't want to mess with her, would you?
Oh, definitely not.
I want to know what she's looking at. Look at that reflection in her eye.
Looks like flames, doesn't it?
Something demonic, surely. I'm really impressed with the animations that they've done for these programs.
Yeah.
He's seen better days, hasn't he? Well, there should be lots of Warhammer content for us to watch then, coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it should. A 4th and 5th style in the works as well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that'll probably include the live-action Eisenhorn as well, but that still leaves a 5th.
I don't think that's he said animated.
Oh right. Oh, so that's set. Oh right.
Yeah, I think they're planning on doing masses of content on every corner of the Warhammer universes. This is going to be a big thing. I like that it's going to give each of these shows its own identity as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, they've confirmed a horror show, a mystery show. Should be interesting. Hopefully, somewhere in all this, we do get to see, epic mass battles, but we'll see.
Oh, I can't wait.
But what have we got next? Warhammer TV. Nice.
Kraken Eater.
I cannot wait. I wonder if these are different builds of giants then.
Well, they're big. If there was Stormcaster to build that.
I hope we see him.
They got to show us the kits.
Oh, it is as well. Show us a picture. Show us a picture.
That's not fair.
Matt's next AOS army confirmed.
Yeah, right. It always was. It always was. Well, we've got confirmation of the Sons of Behemat. Sadly, no new models shown off, though.
No, and he kind of touched on we might have some, because obviously these are new named giants. Some new kits.
There's new kits, but we're not showing you till the Lumineth are out, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was hoping we'd see an army shot just to see whether it's worth picking up any of the current giants, which it might be.
Well, it definitely sounds like you'll be able to use them.
Yeah.
Actually having a nosy on various sites, see if giants are available. Get a few painted up, ready for an army. Warhammer 40,000.
There's a preview. They just keep on coming.
It's just, you know what? This has been better than last week.
Now this is interesting because this book is the one with the pariah in.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Frailstern. That might mean that we have a Harlequin. She is nice. Whoa!
There he is.
A new Harlequin.
Oh,
look at them. These are obviously the characters out of Pariah then.
Oh, are they just Black Library characters like Alea and Custodians?
He is called the Pariah though. He is that character.
They are both incredible.
Yeah, they are great great models.
Well, now I've got to get all my Harlequins sorted.
He looks so good with the blades crossed behind his back as well. And the kind of hollow field effect, I really like that on some of the other Hologen models.
I think the Solitaire's got that, yeah.
But that sister looks amazing.
She does look mint.
Awakening Pariah. So so we saw two characters there, which we actually speculated on the website last week, I believe, didn't we?
Yes.
On the podcast.
Yes, we did.
So Pariah, referring to the Harlequin character.
I mean, I don't have a sister battle army or a Harlequin army, but they are two incredible models.
She also looks like she's a psychomat. Look at her eyes. And I believe in the book, they do reference that she has like powers around her.
Well, that's interesting because obviously they're very anti-psycho, their Sisters of Battle. So to add a psychic character to them gives them some utility, doesn't it?
She looks like she's blowing apart those rocks that she's descending on.
Yeah, she's definitely casting something with her left hand as well.
Yeah.
He looks so cool, that Harlequin, though.
The Harlequin's got is that a las pistol? An Eldar las pistol there? They used to have las blasters and things back in the day. Yeah. I mean, the Swooping Hawks still have them.
That's such a nice model. Well, chaps, the next few Psychic Awakening books, I think we're all going to want, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wonder then, Matt, will you be able to include a Harlequin in your Sisters of Battle army?
Or a Sister of Battle in your Harlequin army?
A Sister of Battle in a Harlequin army, yeah.
She's so dynamic.
She is, isn't she?
I especially like the face. I think the face is very good.
Like Matt said, I love the pose on that Harlequin with the two swords behind his back. He looks like he means business.
I mean, compared to her, it's such more of a restrained pose, but it's got so much like character to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's the first Harlequin that doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
Or a helmet.
Yeah.
I think the Shadowseer doesn't have a mask, but she's wearing a helmet. Every other Harlequin has a mask or helmet, yeah.
Oh, here you go. This is off the Warhammer community website. So the champions of the most iconic Warhammer graphic novels ever written. How do you pronounce the name? Aetherian Stern is getting a model of her own, just in time to test her powers against the greatest threat the Imperium has ever faced. She's not alone. You'll be able to field her alongside the Sister Battle or with any Imperium force, and she'll be accompanied by a Harlequin companion.
Nice. So it's the Harlequins with the sister. So you might not be able to take them in a Harlequin army, Jay.
That's about right.
And yeah, they've also confirmed on the Sons of Behemat, it'll let you field an army of Gargants, and we will see some brand new ones, which we knew was coming. I'm going to have to pick up the graphic novel, though. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it does look nice, that.
I think so, yeah.
I wonder who they're fighting then.
Because we predicted Necrons on the podcast. I'm not sure now.
There's not many factions left. I think it is just Necrons.
Death Watcher in Prior as well.
The Death Watcher.
Yeah, Death Watcher and Harlequins are getting rules in Pariah.
Excellent.
Did they just say the Harlequin and Death Watch rules are coming up in the White Dwarf?
New rules in Psychic Awakening, they said.
They mentioned White Dwarf there. Sure, they mentioned White Dwarf. Yeah, Harlequin updates will be in issue of White Dwarf.
Oh, right, okay. Interesting. Well, it's been another good preview, guys.
It has been a very good preview. Wasn't expecting that last one.
No, and you know what? We didn't get any specialist games apart from Blood Bowl Tree Man. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So that's really good promotion. So over the next month, if you buy a £50 gift voucher from Games Workshop or Forge World, they will give you an additional £5 for free.
That's pretty nice, isn't it?
10% extra.
Because let's face it, once this is all over, we're going to be spending that amount of money on Games Workshop stuff.
Yeah. I may or may not have already ordered a giant during this stream.
Matt.
Like gold dust at the minute online. Wow.
What? They've only shown half of what they wanted to show.
Yeah. So the 18th of April is going to be another preview. Wow. So maybe we'll see some Behemat models.
Maybe. Or we might see the remainder of the Lumineth if Jay is right and we've not seen everything
all the
yet.
specialist game stuff that we're expecting to see as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to be fair, the 2-hour show they had at Adepticon wouldn't have had all these interviews in between. It would have been rapid fire through all the trailers.
Yeah, so they've decided, obviously bearing in mind we don't know how long this is going to go on for. There was no point revealing absolutely everything, was there? Because they've got time now to, because if they revealed everything right now, then we're going to have nothing revealed for a while because stuff is slowly going to trickle out.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, doesn't it?
And you know what? I've enjoyed these previews that they've done.
Yeah.
They've been good.
I mean, today's has been. I mean, the last one was good, but I've preferred today's just for the volume of new stuff that we've seen.
Yeah.
That tree man, I forgot about the tree man.
That word bearer looks amazing.
Yeah, I've not seen a bad model in this lot.
No.
Middle Earth expansion. It's going to be an expensive few months when things get back to normal, isn't it?
It is.
And yeah, the first confirmation of the Sons of Behemat. Now, if you head over to spruesandbrews.com, we have got an article discussing what we would like to see from the Sons of Behemat Battletome. Yeah. Hopefully a lot of these things will turn up in the new book.
We'll include that link in the description over on YouTube and also on the Sprues and Brews website as well when this video goes up. What was your pick of the show, Matt?
The confirmation of Behemat.
Okay. Interesting. The one reveal that didn't have any real reveals. But no, yeah, it's good to see that is definitely coming. Jay, did you have a pick?
I like the Lumineth dice. I also like a Harlequin special character.
Well, you might have a sister battle in your Harlequin army.
I doubt it. I'll find some way to get that model into my army.
For me, I can't really pick one. I'm gonna have to go for the sister battle in the Harlequin at the end, I think. Although I really like the word bearers from Forge World for Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
And I do really like that squirrel on that tree man as well. But yeah, I think I'll have to go for the Harlequin and the sister at the end there. I think that was my favourite pick of the show. But lots of cool stuff, and I can't believe that's like 50% of what they were going to show at Adepticon.
Well, they did say it was the biggest reveal ever. So yeah, they've definitely not let us down, have they?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we've now also had confirmation of the next, well, not the next Psychic Awakening, but book 9 of the Psychic Awakening series, because obviously we've got Saga of the Beast to get into our hands yet, then Engine War, then War of the Spider, and then obviously we've got Pariah as well.
Yeah, lots of goodies.
Lots and lots of cool stuff. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this preview. If we hope you enjoyed this video, do leave us a comment. Let us know what you're excited about. And also make sure you check out our weekly podcast as well, which will provide a link for our latest episode in the YouTube description. And I'm guessing we're going to be back on the 18th of April, guys.
I think we will be.
Absolutely. So until then, we'll bid you farewell.
Bye. Bye.